Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got something super exciting. I think this is more of a me unboxing than it is for everybody else, but I still want to I'm just being honest. You gotta be honest. Even as a content creator, sometimes you do some of this stuff for yourself, right? So this is something that I purchased that I have been desperately trying to hunt. And let me say this, I appreciate each and every one of you. Every time these things drop, there are a ton of people who message me. They try to give a, hey, idiot, they're here. And I'm like, huh? Sold out. So I appreciate that you guys are trying. I have really been super slow on the mark coming after these guys, but fortunately, I had a friend come in clutch for me. Is that how you say that? Oh boy, that was real cringe. Let's all sit down and there we go. Absorb that cringe. Ooh, did I just use that? The way that I used that was pretty bad, right? Ooh, gross. Anyways, thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. So I will, of course, link what I'm about to unbox down in the description. I have a feeling that these will continue to become more available. It may even get to the point where they're not all that rare. That would be ideal. But for now, they are rare. I had a buddy who I've traded with here in the very recent past offer this up to me. And it was the price of it. It was the retail price plus shipping, which is completely fair. Completely fair considering what he could have easily sold this for, elsewhere. So that was very, very kind. And of course, that's my friend Lucifer, or the only Lucifer. He'll be down in the comment section. Make sure and give him a thumbs up there. So what do we have? Oh boy. What we have here is obviously a Microtech. We got to get through all the stuff. Yes. Oh, finally. Oh boy. We've already unboxed this, but now we're unboxing it because it's mine. Oh boy. This is one of the early ones. So I think you guys will notice that it does not have the filler tab. So this is one of the older ones, and I'm okay with that, or one of the initial ones. I think we can see the date here. Serial number 59. Holy crap. That's pretty cool. So this was, I believe, the review sample on my channel. Yes, oh boy, that's wonderful. Wow, I think it's even broken in some since you sent it to me the first time. So this is mine now, and this is going to be a user. I am absolutely going to use this knife. This is wonderful. I love my autos. They're great, but there's a disadvantage to carrying an auto, and that is, of course, disengagement, right? When you disengage an auto, you have to, especially if you want to use one hand, you have to push the button and then you have to push the blade back in. And the problem with that, when it comes to the Stitch, is that the Stitch is the most powerful side-opening automatic that I have ever felt, at least. And that's, it creates a little bit of a problem for me. I love carrying autos, but that's always a little bit of a gnarly thing. On more than one occasion, I've gone to close it with one hand. A lot of people say, well, don't close your autos with one hand, use two hands. The problem is that I'm accustomed, even after, because I carry so many different knives, I'm accustomed to using one hand to manipulate my knives. And so even if 99.9% of the time I open it and close it with two hands, every now and then I'm going to, absentmindedly try to close it with one hand. And sometimes my finger will slip off the blade while I'm trying to close it. And there's a coil spring in there trying to open it back up. So, long story short, I have dropped autos many times, or thrown them, right? Not the biggest deal. If it's a user, it hits the ground, oh well, right? It's a user. But you don't want to be throwing knives, right? I don't want knives to land on my feet or somebody else's feet. So that is a problem. And the more you expose yourself to this, even as you adapt to it and as you get better with it, that exposure over time inevitably will lead to accidents. So avoiding accidents, by that logic, you could point out, don't carry knives at all. Hey, shut up, guy, huh? It's not a logic channel. It's not called Logic Complex, huh? It's called Metal Complex. So now we have finally the Ramlock stitch, which is wonderful. I own many stitches at this point. My other autos, of course, the blackout stitch with the billboarding, which is still great. That still might be one that I end up carrying and using. We have my shadow stitch, which I bought specifically because it does not have billboarding. And we have the somehow miraculously paid off Marfione and Borka custom stitch, which is far and away the most expensive of the bunch, and also far and away the most expensive knife in my entire collection, to the point where I really would just rather not even talk about it as I show it, right? So, as you can see, I have begun to collect the stitch. I'm going to continue to do that. Literally any variation of the stitch. I mean, I can't afford to buy customs all the time, but if I see a variation of the stitch that I want, I'm at the point now where I'm going to buy it. It's kind of, the stitch, along with a number of other knives, have kind of become like the XM18 for me. This is just a model that I really, really like and really enjoy. And I am willing to overpay for it. That's just, obviously, it's once you find something you really, really love, right? Everything is overpriced to somebody, right? That's just static truth, right? But as far as you go, no matter what, if every other knife in the whole world seems overpriced, eventually you will find one that you want bad enough that you're willing to pay for it. So that knife at that point does not become overpriced to you, though it may be the general consensus to everybody else. This is the way of things. It is the way. There is no amount of complaining, crying, whining. There's nothing that anyone can do, though I'm sure we'll all continue to see our fair share of it. This is simply the way, because we are human beings, and this is how we interact with stuff like this, especially knife enthusiasts, right? If you are here watching this video right now, I've got news for you. It's already too late. It's already too late for you, right? You're on your own journey. You're climbing your own ladder, but that ladder goes up. Let me tell you, down in the comments, there will be a fierce echo of this, because it is true, right? I'm here to share with you my journey. I'm not necessarily here to sell you anything, but I am here to share my journey with you. So if you want to live vicariously through me, that's fine. But being here will inevitably send you on your own journey if you have not started it yet. And if you're already on your own journey, it's going to accelerate it. So thank you for watching my channel. Really sorry about your bank account. I'm sorry about mine too. But you don't have to be sorry about my bank account. I wanted this, and because of Lou, I now have it. It's very beautiful and perfect, Lou. It's exactly like you said it was going to be, so I appreciate that. I know some people are going to wonder, so does that mean you'll buy knives from people in your community? Kind of. I've said this before. I do trade rarely, and I do buy knives aftermarket rarely. There are specific circumstances where that will happen. Number one, first and foremost, the only time I will ever trade with somebody or buy from somebody in the community is after I have developed a friendship with that person, a trusting friendship, right? Lou has repeatedly sent things to the channel for me to check out, and I have sent them back, and we sort of built that trust with each other. And so when Lou said I have something for sale, after getting to see, the condition of Lou's knives, and after getting to, kind of see how he takes care of his stuff, right? Then yeah, I was happy to make a trade, and this is now I've traded with him, and this is now a purchase, right? There's a number of other people I keep wanting to say Sierra _ bound. Scott. He has 3 names in my book, so I have to my brain has to scramble for which one, right? There's a number of other people, but that's how that works. It won't just be with anybody, right? I know scammers are like, light bulbs going off, like, oh boy, an opportunity to scam Metal Complex. Yeah, nobody's done it yet. I'm not gonna open up the floodgates for that. But that's how that works, basically. So I do appreciate you, Lou, for not only, letting me buy this from you, but for being honest about it. And you know, he'll be a person who I continue to trade with and you know, buy things from. So, anyways, should we check the weight? Out of curiosity, should we check the weight difference between all these guys? I think maybe so, just for fun. Boy, if they ever do, like, excuse me, they need to do a shadow version of this. Obviously, they will. They also need to do like a carbon fiber version of it. They will. Bronze, they will. And we're gonna just listen, guys. It's coming, so just be prepared, right? And I'm sure everybody's got their complaint templates. I do too, right? I just know what's coming, right? I mean, it's not like you get a forecast for a hurricane and then you stand there on the beach and go, gosh darn it, stupid hurricane. Well, we don't know. I mean, it's coming. You can either be there or you can get out of the way. That's a bad way to put that, right? I mean, some people don't have a choice. That's a bad analogy. But, you know, I think you kind of understand what I'm saying here is that when those versions come, they're going to be unfairly priced. It's going to be the case. We can scream, complain, you can boycott. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna do anything, right? The only thing you can do is just not buy it. But some of us are going to, right? So it's the way of the collector. It's been decades. This is how people, you know, buy stuff like this. But it's not an excusable behavior. I'm not saying it's a universally excusable behavior. I'm saying it's the natural occurrence of things. Anyways, weird upload. The titanium boy, whoops, that's this guy. This is the custom. This guy weighs, that's actually quite a bit heavier than I thought it was going to be. That weighs 7.2 ounces. The shadow in aluminum, that weighs an ounce less, 6.31. This guy should weigh the same, 6.35. You know what that's because they put the printing on the blade. That's why that adds a little bit extra weight. And then I think the G10 one's going to be the lightest. Yeah, only 5.5 ounces, right? Now this guy does have some steel cartridge liners that go down to probably that first screw underneath the backspacer, and then outside of that, it's just solid G10, right? But then you got quite a bit of steel up here. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks again to Lou for, did I spit? Is it me spitting on my stuff again? I gotta figure out what's going on with that. It's like I had talked too much or something. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.